Hello and welcome to History of Dragon Ball. Today we are discussing the Dragon Ball Super movie, Superhero. Okay, so we have just had a title release for the new Dragon Ball Super movie coming out in 2022, and it has been announced as Dragon Ball Super Superhero, which I will admit, I'm a little unsure of at the moment. It could sound quite cool, but having the word super in it twice does seem a little bit odd to me. Maybe just hero would have been enough. But anyway, the name isn't going to necessarily be too important. So let's move on to what we want to talk about today. And that is, we've recently just had the Dragon Ball special panel at Comic-Con this year. So I thought it would be good to go through a bit about what was announced there and just have a little bit of a discussion about it. So let's just jump into it. Now, during this panel, we had 3 panel members. We had Ms. Masako Nozawa, the voice actress of Goku, Mr. Akayo Ioku, the head of the Dragon Ball team at Shueisha, and then also from Toei Animation, Norihiro Hayashida, the producer of the movie. And again, I'm so sorry if I butchered any of those names. Obviously, my pronunciation might not be the best, but hopefully I didn't do too bad a job. But anyway, during their panel, they discussed a few different things. So first, let's look at what Masako said. Now, her quote is as follows. "I'm sure you're all bursting with excitement waiting for the Dragon Ball movie. I'm certain that Dragon Ball Super Superhero will more than live up to everyone's expectations. The superhero subtitle is pretty cool, right? I love how simple and straight to the point it is. The new character designed by Toriyama don't look like anyone we've seen before. They've got a great sense of style. Looking slick wearing boots, they're definitely a unique addition to Dragon Ball, and I can't wait to see what they can do. It's one of those amazing movies where after you finish watching it, you and your friends and family can all talk about the details and about what parts you liked best. I can't wait to hear all of your impressions of the movie." Now, to be fair, not much is really revealed in her quote. It's kind of just what you'd expect. It's just to hype everything up. And I will be honest, I've missed this building up of hype that we could get before something new's coming out, especially with a movie. Obviously, she says little things about the character design, which we will get into a bit more in a bit. But as for more about the new character, we don't really know much more than what they look like, so that is still something to be revealed. But I do like that they are introducing new characters, which probably will not be the villain. It will probably be just some kind of side character, maybe like a Jacko. But again, we have to wait and see. So there's not really much more to say about her quote, so let's move on to the next one, and that is with executive producer the Shueisha Dragon Ball team. Now that the release date in Japan has been set for 2022, we're working at full steam. For now, all I can say is that it's going to be fantastic. Toriyama has been working with us since the story development stage and was highly involved in the illustration process for the movie's characters. As we've worked on it, the movie has just kept getting better and better. Like I said, I'm confident it's going to be a fantastic movie, but I really think it could end up being a movie that leaves fans stunned, thinking things like, so this is what Dragon Ball is capable of, and I never expected it to be that good. I hope all fans out there can withstand their building anticipation and hold out until next year. Now, I will admit, I don't want to hold out till next year. I would love it to be out right now, and the hype is definitely there. I would love it if we could potentially get some more teasers and trailers and stuff, obviously building everything up. I know all these things take time, but I'd like them soon. But knowing that they are working at full steam is definitely a good thing. I really just cannot wait for it. But now, let's move on to the producer Norihiro, who is from Toei Animation, and he said, "I think this new movie has a different appeal to the outrageously intense Dragon Ball Super Broly. There are a lot more slice-of-life scenes that really put a spotlight on the rich world that Toriyama has created. Of course, that's not to say the movie doesn't have its share of intense scenes. It's a perfect fusion of classic Dragon Ball and new aspects to the series, which is why I feel it might just end up being something truly original and groundbreaking. I really think that we're going to be able to please all the fans out there as well as Toriyama with this movie. Presenting Toriyama's incredible stories and designs in the coolest way possible has always been our mission. I hope you all do us the kindness of waiting patiently and excitedly a little while longer." Again, this is just more and more build-up, but I do like how he is mentioning how it will be slightly different from Dragon Ball Super Broly. I mean, I loved the Broly movie, it was amazing, the graphics looked incredible, and it was so much fun to watch. But the fact they're not just going to kind of try and rinse and repeat that kind of story and just go about it again because it did well, I like that they're going a different way about it and producing a slightly different movie. And like he says, it could be something truly original and groundbreaking for Dragon Ball. So I'm very intrigued what this could end up being. I'm kind of curious to know what you all think about it. Do you think that there's anything specific in there that maybe I've just skipped over that is really important? Or do you kind of believe, a bit like me, that this is all just to hype things up, just to get it out there into more of the mainstream, to get everyone more aware of it without really giving too much information? I don't really know, but I'll be interested to know what all of you think as well. But now that we have covered those quotes, I do want to quickly talk about, well, what we got with the new pictures and the teaser, which of course comes with a big thing being the new style. This new teaser does feel almost a bit more game-like in its graphics, and it is definitely another different way that they're going about it, a bit like they did with Broly, having a more unique style as well. If it is that they are just trying to do something different, I honestly can be a bit of a fan of it. I know a lot of people don't like it when it is different from what we're used to, but personally, if they want to try something new, I am all for that. It doesn't mean everything has to be like that from now on, it just means that they're giving something new a go. And like I said, I'm always up for updating things as time goes on. Obviously, all we get from that teaser is Goku doing a few little stretches and jumps, a couple of kicks, and then the title, which was Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Like I said at the beginning, not really sure about the title. Maybe just hero would have been enough. Having Dragon Ball Super Superhero sounds a little off to me, but I guess it's one of those things, in time it's just going to sound normal. So again, another point to ask you guys. What do you think of that title? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it hints at anything? Who do you think this superhero is intended to talk about? Is it just the obvious one like Goku? Or is this going to be someone else? It will be very interesting to see. And now there's one more subject I do want to cover, and that is with some of the images that were released, and these are mainly focused around character designs. Now, these are a little different than what we've been used to before, but if you are a fan of the manga, you may not have picked up on it right away. And with this one, we will start off with Piccolo. Now, you may look at him and think something seems slightly different, and if you've only watched the show, you definitely will think that. But for anyone who didn't quite pick up on it, they've actually gone for the colour design closer to the manga as opposed to what Piccolo has been used to being seen like in the anime. They've changed the sections on his arms from a pinky purpley colour to the original more yellowy colour, and also changed the waistband colour on him as well, back to a more reddy colour as opposed to the blue that it was. Like I said, this basically brings the colour design close to that of the manga as opposed to what he has been in the anime. We don't just get to see Piccolo, we also see Krillin in his police uniform as well, with his purple jacket, and this time they've actually made his eyes stood out more by giving them white backgrounds as opposed to just making it all the same skin colour. But again, it shows that Krillin is still in his police job for this movie. And next, let's quickly look at Pan as well, as she's been given a whole new design. She's obviously going to school or something at this point. But this could mean this is the introduction of Pan into the main Dragon Ball stories, or maybe just for a one-off movie. Either way, this could end up leading up to her getting into a gi and then stretching, training ready for a tournament at the end, which could be the tournament we see at the end of Dragon Ball Z. You never really know. But either way, Pan will definitely be involved in some way or another. Now, we already discussed Goku from the trailers, so we don't really need to say too much more on that. And then the other thing we get is a little picture of Piccolo's house, which, I don't know, a lot of people just assumed he didn't have a house. I mean, why would he need one? But it's also quite funny that you see in the close-up picture, he even has a mailbox. Because I'm sure Piccolo must be subscribed to so many magazines, eh? But anyway, it looks like a very peaceful place to live, I think, and it's definitely out the way, just like Piccolo would want it. And then obviously the final character design we have to look at is the new one, the completely unique character for this movie, in which there are actually two different designs. Now, I'm not sure if these are two separate characters or two different designs for the same character, which might be or might not be why they're labeled 1 and 2, but they appear to be a completely new race that we have not seen before and looked quite soldiery to me, and maybe even superhero-y with the capes that they have in the red and blue designs. Now, sadly, like I said, there is nothing really at all to say on these apart from that we have these initial images. The one image shows the character smiling, so they might be a good guy, or that might be completely irrelevant and they are just a happy person, you never know. But either way, whether this could be the potential villain, whether they could be a new character like mentioned before, we don't really know. But it is interesting that we are getting unique designs for this movie. But that is pretty much all the information that we have been given at this point, with the obvious big ones being the name, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, and as well with the character designs with some slight alterations which kind of just push it more towards what they look like in the manga as opposed to what they've looked like in the anime. And so that is kind of where I'll round things off today. There's not much point going on about it too much, but this is the point where I'd love to hear from all of you. After all, I personally am very excited for this movie. Every time there is new Dragon Ball content announced, whatever the build-up might be like, I'm always excited. I'll wait to judge anything until it comes out and I watch it myself. But I would like to know if you all feel the same. Are you excited for this? Do these little teasers help build your excitement, or do they actually put you off? Would you rather just wait for a full trailer than get any little teasers? Just let me know anything, all your thoughts on all of this down in the comment section below. And so, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time on History of Dragon Ball.